Alright, so we got in a Steam Deck. Been waiting to get one of these. Typical customer complaint, power button does nothing, will not boot. I've tried the 20-second thing and the plus button. You plug it in, the charge light does light up, so it's charged up. Let's get into this and see what we find. It's got the nice carry case, so we can actually use the carry case as a holder. And we've got the 4 screws here, the 8 screws, 4 on the outside, long ones. So as I mentioned, I've been waiting to get a hold of one of these because I've seen some things where it's a motherboard adjustment for the button. Now I could very easily go into a negativity rant about the state of engineering and practical experience and how a lot of these failures really come down to not knowing. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to flip it, make it positive, while I wrestle with getting this back cover off, because I've never taken one of these apart before. I'd actually rather give a shout out to some of the inspirations I've had that got me back into doing this kind of work. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Alex over at Northridge Fix. His no-nonsense approach to doing these repairs was very inspirational. And I was really amazed at the digital cameras. And working on an LCD screen instead of staring down the stereoscope tubes, which have not helped my eyesight. Let's not forget Big Boss, his trusty sidekick. Just don't forget to take that thing out. So this isn't too bad actually, once you get that corner going. So I'm going to be done with this quicker than my shout outs. So who do we have? We had Alex at Northridge Fix, the coder, talented young man, electronics repair school, learn electronic repair, Adam in IT, my mate Vince, very fun channel, BigClive.com, very informative, Steve Sticks Fix. I mean, you can't deny those raps. They're fun. Of course, Lewis Rossman, Joey Does Tech, who's now at Rocket Repairs. Congratulations. And I'm sure there's 100 others that I'm forgetting, but we're in this thing, so let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Let's go to the scope and see what we can see. So there's our button. And it's really floating around in there. This is not going to let us do this easily, is it? Let's go back to disassembling a little more. Look at the way that floats around in there. What is going on with that? So there's a screw underneath here. That does hold that down. Get that guy out. We've got another one here. And one here. And this should let our shield come off. And what do we got? Some thermal on the back? Yeah, lots of thermals back there. So we're really going to have to pull this motherboard to see what's going on here. I'm sorry, you can't see nothing. So supposedly this screw we loosen. And we loosen. I've got another one here. Looks like it's on our charge port. Now does this thing actually slide at all? A little bit. So if I hold this up, that's not doing it. Can we see these contacts? I mean, I've got a ground. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. I think we're going to have to pull this motherboard to get a better look. I hate to say it, but I think so. So, let's get this battery connector out. It's really in there, and it's tight. Am I missing something here? There we go. It's definitely snug, and it's in there tight. Very tricky. It's not too bad. It's better than foam. Doesn't tear it up at least. Definitely a lot of goodies you got to play with to get this out. That's ugly. We're going to try and cheat here with this. I think I'm not going to be able to get that out. So we're going to see if we can't get this out without going much further. And these are the 3 that were loosened. Battery's disconnected, so we're good there. Does this come out now? Here we go. Let's get this out. All right, a couple more here we got to get. That's a backflip. It's a backflip. Yeah, man. Here we go. Get that guy out. Get this one out. See if we can cheat without having to take those antennas off. So what is going on here? Oh, they got these taped together. Crazy. All right. Let's take a look at this. This switch here. Let's see what is going on with this. So once again, it looks like it's really come down to has that switch just failed? Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting a click out of it. It really takes a lot though. So once again, we've got this situation where the switch is relying on the full force of somebody pushing that button to activate that. And it's a sturdy switch too. So are we going to have to replace this? Oh, I see our issue. So here's our button. And it's all a piece of rubber. So they attempted to cushion the switch, and make it flexible so it doesn't damage the switch. But what happens with these soft substrates like this is they get too weak to actually push the button. Is it not going to let me take that out? It is not. Because what I want to try so what is that holding in? Okay. It's holding in this guy. I want this out just enough to get this out. Okay. Okay, so this is an overmolded plastic piece with a rubber in it. Part of this is hard plastic and the rest of it is rubber. So what I want to do is I now want to put this back to see if it's going to boot. And let's not crush our connector there. Okay. This looks good. Let's get this guy back in. I really do not like these because they are just so easy to mess up. And I have a feeling the more you toggle these, the more failure you're going to get. Wait, it just doesn't want to stay up, does it? Okay, that one's in good. That one's in nice. I'm going to get this one on. Okay, fans connected. This never came off. This guy here. So Okay, I really just want to ground on that. Those, I believe, are middle screws. We'll double check that. Let's get our battery connected. We're there. Got this guy. Everything else, we do have our heat sink on. Don't need the shield. So let's see what happens when we manually force down this button. Really? There it goes. So the button's failing. Well, I had a beep, but I got no screen. What's going on? Why did we not boot up? Oh, there we go. Okay, hopefully my head wasn't in the way for most of that. So I think we're going to end this for now. I'm going to look into what I need to do to make this thing work, and we'll finish this up in a part 2. Like, subscribe, see you next time.